Welcome to Fun in Key West, where every day feels like a mini fest. Grab a drink, take it slow. We'll show you where the locals go. Food, fun, and stories to tell. Hidden gems you know so well. Your Key West experts here to say it's fun in Key West every day.
Welcome to another episode of First Timer Friday. I am so glad that you are here. And today we are talking about not necessarily Key West, but a home base that you could potentially explore to be in the Keys and get the whole experience of the Keys. So, if you haven't stopped at Marathon or even thought about stopping at Marathon or staying in Marathon, this is the episode for you. So let's talk about the Florida Keys. Everyone knows about Key West. You know, we all fly down the Keys, or we fly into Key West, or we drive down and we pass all these really cool things to do along the way. And honestly, there's a lot of really cool things to do up and down the Keys outside of Key West. And if you've never thought about Marathon, it's more than just a place where the 7 Mile Bridge is or a quick stop for snacks and gas. This is a place that I think you should think about exploring and maybe using as your home base. If you are watching me live, thank you. And pop into the comments there and say hey so I can say hi back. So let's start talking about Marathon. Marathon is in the middle of the Keys. It's literally and emotionally in the middle of the Keys. It's calmer than Key West. It's more spread out than Island Murata. And somehow it still has some of the best water experiences, wildlife encounters, and some local food that, some of the Keys just don't have. This is not going to be a checklist episode where I'm going to walk you through all these things that you should be doing and that you need to run from each of these activities and check it off. And no, this is just let's chat about some of the wonderful things that you could potentially do and experience in Marathon. So it's halfway between Miami and Key West in the Keys. Marathon's made up of 13 islands, including Vacay Key, Grassy Key, and Fat Deer Key, and it's all stitched together by that overseas highway that we love to drive on. It's not what makes Marathon special isn't just what's there, it's where it is. It's it's you're right there in the middle, and you're going to be able to do day trips to Island Murata, easy drive south to Big Pine Key and Key West. You're going to have less nighttime noise. You're going to have quieter mornings. You're going to have more water access, easier parking. We talk about this all the time in Key West, what a hassle parking is in Key West. And so Marathon works really well as a home base for you to explore the Keys. You can come up and down and explore all the way up to Key Largo, all the way down, then come back and have your home base. It's quiet. You can have a quiet morning. You can go back out on the water. So Marathon is perfect for families, first-time Keys visitors, people who want water time without the crowds, and travelers who like nature and good food and calm evenings. It's not going to have all of the busyness of Key West at night. So if Marathon were a movie, the main character would be the water. Definitely the water. Everything else is just the supporting cast. So if you want to, snorkel and have some reef time, Marathon is your place. And this is one of the surprises for a lot of people who visit Marathon is how accessible snorkeling is in Marathon. So you can go over to Sombrero Reef, and it's marked by the lighthouse, and it already makes that feel like it's an iconic place to snorkel, right? But it's relatively shallow, so it's perfect for those beginning snorkelers. It's going to have clear water. You're going to have all of those beautiful tropical fish to see, the coral formations, and maybe an occasional turtle or ray. I always say mornings are probably going to be calmer and have clearer water, so that's going to give you better visibility. Be sure to get your reef safe sunscreen, and you can get that through either, online or pick it up locally. And combo trips are usually better, I think, than a single activity tour. So if you are going to book a tour, make it a day. Do some multiple things so that you feel like you've spent your time and were able to do a lot of different things out on the water. So you don't have to be a hardcore snorkeler just to have that wow moment. Marathon and the waters around Marathon allow you that. If you are into kayaking and paddleboard, then let me tell you, Marathon is your place. So we're going to flip sides here. You have the ocean side, which is going to be more active, and then you have the bay side, which is going to be a little more shallow, calm, and a little more quiet. And when you kayak through the mangroves and you glide over the seagrasses, and suddenly you're seeing all of this space and wildlife, and you're just sharing it with everybody, with all the wildlife there. And it's a unique experience for sure. You might see manatees, you might see turtles popping up for air, birds. So if you're a birder or married to a birder like I am, you're going to see birds, and there's no engine noise, so it's going to be really quiet. And this is one of those experiences that really just sneaks up on you and it gets you to the point where you're like, yeah, this is just absolutely magical. And Melissa is saying here the Turtle Hospital she loves. She's been several times and she really enjoys it. And has gotten this even a better appreciation of things you can put and take out of the water. I agree, Melissa. That's really good. Um, it's so we're going to get to the Turtle Hospital because if you have not experienced it, you really need to. But so kayaking, boarding. If you're into fishing, it's Marathon is someplace you can fish, and it's a place built around fishing. So you have Atlantic access, you have the Gulf access, you have serious captains who are all about it, and you have deep sea options, reef options, and flats fishing. So no matter what kind of fishing you like, you're going to find it in Marathon. Um, of course, you guys drive over the 7 Mile Bridge, and it's more than just a drive. The 7 Mile Bridge, most people drive over and don't even really think about it or experience it. So there's two bridges for this 7 Mile Bridge. You have the new bridge that we all drive on, but you also have the old bridge. And on the old bridge, you can walk it, you can bike it, there's some fishing, and the views from the old bridge are unreal. That's where you really see where the Atlantic and the Gulf come together. So you can time it so that you're at Sunset Grill for sunset and see the sunset with, the 7 Mile Bridge, or time it for sunrise. That's a great place to experience sunrise in the Keys. The photo opportunities there are absolutely amazing. But now you can go on and visit Pigeon Key, which is that little island that you see under the 7 Mile Bridge. And they have a little trolley, they have tours. This is where the workers who were building the railroad lived. And so you can experience, what it might have been like to be there. You see the museum, you can take tours, you can snorkel, you can fish. Be sure to check out their website as to their timing, and their amenities, which are limited. So make sure that you bring in what you know that they don't have. Bring in your water and your snacks and that reef safe sunscreen. And so this is a place that you're going to want to spend some time and really explore this place. Um, Getting on to what Melissa was talking about, you have the wildlife experiences. So you have the Dolphin Research Center, which to me is not a gimmicky dolphin place. This is a research facility and an educational facility. They have the ability to have, you can swim with the dolphins there, but they have educational talks, they have observation programs, and it's really an emphasis on respect and conservation. And you get to learn how this Dolphin Research Center was put together, what they're doing there, and all of the wonderful work they're doing. And speaking of wonderful work, you can check out the Turtle Hospital. This is a very popular stop along the Keys Highway, and it's a working hospital. They do guided tours only. They have real rescue stories of turtles that they've assisted, and these are turtles that have been either entangled in nets or fishing line, or have been hit by boats, or are found ill. And they help bring these turtles back with the intention of releasing them back into the wild. It's emotional, it's educational, um, and it stays with you. One of my tips here is book ahead to make sure that if you really want to do the tour, that they have space for you. Be sure to talk, look at the tour length, and so if you've got other things, plan some time to be there, and think about supporting, the Dolphin Research Center and or the Turtle Hospital. If you want to spend some time just wandering through and experiencing the nature of Marathon and the Florida Keys, Curry Hammock State Park is absolutely a beautiful spot. It gets overlooked a lot, and I think that's part of its charm, is that it's overlooked and it's not as busy as some other places. You have hardwood hammock trails that you can go explore. You can launch your kayaks there. They have picnic tables. Again, if you're into bird watching, this is a place that you can go. They do offer camping on seasonal that is highly competitive. So if you're trying to get in, make sure you get those reservations. It's not a place that you're going to probably show up and have a spot available, but they do have oceanfront sites there. And I think this is where the marathon that a lot of people remember still exists. It slows down and it's there. There are a ton of places to eat in Marathon up and down the Keys, from Isla Morada all the way down to Big Pine. Big Pine. But in Marathon, be sure to check out Keys Fishery. This is a wholesaler, a restaurant. You can go in and you buy. It's a fish market. You have picnic tables and marina views, and you can see the boats unloading. So it's really kind of harkens back to that old Florida Keys. Some of the things that a lot of people say you must try is the lobster Reuben, the stone crab claws when they are in season, and of course they have an award-winning key lime pie. From what I understand, it's cash only still, and you come early so that you get that spot for sunset. There's other places around, but there's usually no dress codes. There's live music up and down the area, and this is a place that you're actually going to have no rush. It's just going to be a place, Marathon, the Keys Fisheries and Marathon in general. You're just not going to be in a rush. So I talked about this before. I think Marathon's a great place to be your home base if you're going to be spending time in the Keys and you want to explore all of the Keys. You can explore everywhere else because you're in the middle of the Keys. Everything is just half here, half there. You can do day trips up to Island Morada. You can do and explore all that Island Morada has. There's a couple brewing companies up there. There's some really cool shops that are up there. You can go down to Big Pine Key and explore Big Pine and go over and see the key deer and the conservatory there. And you can explore Key West without having to worry about staying there. Now, you're going to have to find parking, but it would, it's not overnight, and you can, avoid that burnout from just being in Key West or just being in Island Morada. You have the opportunity to do a lot of these day trips. For the right traveler, I think Marathon's perfect. If it's not something that right now you're leaning into and you're saying, Michelle, this sounds amazing, sign me up, then you might not be the right traveler. Key West may be more your speed and style, which is great. There isn't one place that's better than the other. It's just, what kind of traveler are you? But Marathon I think can be perfect for families and nature lovers and those that are having their trips be more water focused. If you're more into, party first trips and going out and exploring the nightlife and, going from, a venue to venue, listening to live music. And if you are luxury only, Marathon is not going to be for you. But it's maybe a great spot to just stop and spend the night or spend the day. Marathon isn't flashy, but I think it has a lot of interesting layers. You have the water experiences that you can do, you can explore the wildlife. It has that calm pace that lets you explore it at your own terms and your own time. And it is, again, very centrally located, right smack dab in the middle of the Keys. Be sure to check out all of our guides over at, I'm going to send you there, FunInKeyWest.com. We have lots of guides about the Keys, Key Largo, Marathon, all of those. And so if you're doing a drive down, we have the Ultimate Road Trip guide over there that gives you places to stop and explore and see, and maybe ideas for staying the night somewhere and then coming back out and taking your time up and down the Keys as you head into Key West. This is what we do on Fridays. I try to give you guys ideas. So it's not just for the first timers. It's for anybody that has an interest in the Florida Keys and Key West and trying to spark some ideas of some places for you to go. While you're over on our website, FunInKeyWest.com, grab our newsletter, and that gets you a copy of the Key West Happy Hour list, as well as check out our book club. We're having a lot of fun. We have January done. We've announced the February book, and the March one will be announced pretty soon. As always, I truly appreciate it when you stop in and say hi and watch all of our episodes and listen to our podcast. With that, you guys have a great Friday. I appreciate you stopping in, and we'll talk to you later.